Good day and welcome to another edition of Outside of Genie, where we will be looking on this day, 30th of September, meeting on Greyville Polytrack. Just before we do our selections and look at the betting, just a few points I want to point out. First of all, for the persons who are listening to this video for the first time, Outside of Genie is not a tipping service. What we do is we offer a service where we analyze form, and then we find outsiders by analyzing the form, find outsiders that we think that you can include in whatever you play, and add those outsiders and outright selections of Outsider Genie to your play, and therefore you can catch a better payout. And just now I will show you what happened yesterday at the Vaal to prove the point. Now, this video is sponsored by Northwest Online Bloodstock. Northwest Online Bloodstock went into a joint venture with Team G Racing, Kevin van Zyl Sr., where we put together a package of free horses where you can buy into those package and also become a racehorse owner. You can find us on social media, on Twitter and Instagram, and our number 0835-855-133. If you want to subscribe to this video to receive notification every day we post it on YouTube, just click the subscribe now and ring the bell. Now here comes the bragging rights. Yesterday at the Vaal, for the persons who listen to my video preview, and also my members who get my daily analyze sheet, I said in my preview that I'm having difficulty in, I just want to rectify that. This is wrong. I apologize for that. Because that race was actually a dead heat, not in the game, wasn't second, it was first. So I said in my when I analyzed my my video, I said that I couldn't decide between number 1 and number 2. And eventually, for my first choice, I went for number 2, which was my outright selection at 14-1, and then in the game was one of my outsider selections. I also said in that video, maybe you should take the exacta with 2 and 10, and then the stablemate of in the game I also gave as the other outsider selection, so which was number 13, and I said take that in an exacta. That I say on my video. Then when I gave the selections, and on my selections on my sheet, I then gave the quartet. I gave a trifecta and a quartet, which included all this for this number, all 4 of these numbers. So what happened was actually amazing. At the end of the day, and as I said, I couldn't decide between 2 and 10. So close was my decision. And then they did eat it. And you know, I think it is really achievement. You know, I don't want to brag, but I've never seen tipsters tipping this way. And it's not that I want to blow my own trumpet, but guys, you need to subscribe to Outsider Genie, because the value I give you guys, I mean, for 500 Rand a month, you mean you can make so much more. Let me explain to you. Let me just show you one example of how much money one of my members made yesterday. In that race, he took the exacta, he took my advice. He boxed the exacta, but he only boxed the 3 and the 10. That's all. He did it after 2 and the 10. He didn't include the 13 because he said he also decided just on the 2 and the 10. So he boxed the exacta 100 times. That returned to him 15,000 Rand. Then he took the trifecta selection, which is 5 horses box. Okay, and 5 times, and that was 600 Rand. A box is 120 Rand for 5 horses. That returned 4,445. And then he took my quartet selections at 360 times 2, and that returned 11,000 Rand. So for a layout of 1,520, he returned 51,259 Rand. That is how valuable my information is. And I believe he is probably, I'm thinking he will contact me this morning. I'm paying free a subscription up front. Just a joke. All right, so here we are today. This is the last day of my special package. And guys, I'm not the type of guy that if you now come tomorrow and after the session, give me that special package. Because I believe it's not fair to people who do pay for the package before the end of September, and then after the end of September, I still know, you know what, I will still give you the same package. That's not fair. That's not the way I operate. So if you take this package today, pay today, you get 50% discount on this package. But that's only up till the end of today. It will not be available tomorrow. If you want to pay tomorrow, sorry, 500 Rand a month. Because my selections is far better. The value that you get from my selections. I had a guy yesterday who signed up on this offer of 500 Rand. Last night he contacted me. He was so glad he got his money back plus a profit. I mean, and that's what I would like to do. It really gives me joy when that happens. So when you subscribe, you get a race by race selections, outright winner, and 2 possible outside selections. Let me quickly explain. An outright winner is the horse that I think will win the race, and that can be any price. It's not normally the favorite. Just like in this last race, I gave that number 2. That was 14-1. That was my outright winner. And then I give you 2 possible outside selections. And then you take that and you add it to whatever you want to play. I give you 2 auto recommended auto cup doubles, value bets, which you can play each way. Best bet of the day. I don't have 7 to 10s, 8 to 10s. I try and give you horses that I think has got a very good chance as the best bet of the day. Then I give suggestions, trifectas, and quartets. You can play them as is, as happened in the example I just gave you, or you can add on or just use some of those numbers. That's your choice. As with the PA and the Pick 6, I give you that, and you can add on or just use some of those numbers as you see fit. So let's now move on to the racing, where we are racing from Hollywood's Gravel, a poly track. The first race is a maiden plate over 1,000 meters. Let's have a look at the betting. Number 5, just adore her, 5-2. Sweet scented green, 5-2. Mana pajamas, 11-2. Catch the willow, 9-1. Captain's Rosie, 10-1, 40-1, and longer the best. Now, before I start the analysis, I just want to say, and I do say that, but I do say that for the sake of the person who listens to this video for the first time. I get a lot of requests, guys, is I must touch onto more horses. Because, give my video back onto more horses. Then I get people who say, no, I must try and keep the video as short as possible. So what I'm now doing is, I'm just touching on the horses that I favor, and here and there I'll mention another horse if I think that is important. So that I want to try and keep the videos not longer than 50 minutes. I think 50 minutes is probably the length that I want to work around, and so that you've got 50 minutes. You're going to need 30 minutes to listen. So here in race number 1, I want to go down to number 6, Sweet Scented Green. Lyle Hewitson riding from draw 6. Now, this horse ran last time on the Scots 1000. It hasn't run on the poly, but I've seen the Give Me the Green Lights don't have a problem, and the Dam is by Captain L. They don't have a problem running on the poly, so I don't think that that should be a problem. Last time out on Scottsville, this horse went to the front, but he was unruly, he got pumped, and all kinds of things went wrong. In his first race, he ran 8 lengths behind Captain Opie. But Captain Opie has now won 3 races. Last time out, winning a very good race, just touching off our best bet for the day. I think it was on Sunday. So Sweet Scented Green, I believe today, if he can jump well, not unruly, will be hard to beat in this field. Then we have number 5, Just Adore here. Already a 20 Rand run maiden. Has run some decent races here and there, but I'm looking for the improvement, and I think number 6, Scented Green, the improver in this race. A horse that you might want to look at is number 1, Captain's Rosie, a captain of all by National Emblem Mare. I think this horse will also improve on the debut. Only 4.5 lengths behind. Now running a fair 24.2 for the last 400. That is fair, so that can improve. But also in this race is some decently bred first timers. Mama Pajama, Catch the Willow, and there's a few others. Take a look at that and decide which one you're going to put in your selections. I haven't made a trifecta or quartet selections in this race. That I leave up to you. Then let's move on to race number 2. Race number 2 is also a maiden plate, and that is over 1,000 meters on the Hollywood Beach gravel poly track. Here the betting is as follows. Number 1, Ashanti, 11 to 10. Sergeant Rock, 3 to 1. 7, Song, 4 to 1. James Dean, 16 to 1. And Ramsey, 16 to 1 and longer. So let us look here with what the fantasy is. I want to go down here to number 1. This horse has a Crusade by Dominion Royale and May. You don't see many of them around anymore. So this horse is getting -4 on from a very competent jockey. So last time out, it was drawn 9 out of 12, no show. But before that was bumped, but still managed to run a decent race on the poly over 1,000 meters. This is not a strong field. This horse has also finished, ran behind at Altissima and finished 5 lengths behind Valente. And I think that this jockey is going to jump and go with this horse, and with the -4, there will definitely be a big advantage. Number 2, Sergeant York is coming from Gauteng for the Kunais piece. He's got Luke Ferraris on board. This horse doesn't have really inspiring field, but the first time on a poly might make a difference. And I also see today is the first time blinkers on, so that might lead to the improvement. Then here we have number 3, James Dean, also drawn well from draw 3. And this is a 6-year-old, only had 5 runs, and has had 2 runs since the comeback, and hasn't run too bad, 4 lengths, 4.5 lengths. And I do believe that James Dean might, run into your placings and maybe even win this race. So watch out for that one. Then the favorite here, number 7, Ashanti, Anton Marcus on board. Last time out in Gauteng ran 3rd, about 3.5 lengths behind the winner. So definitely in with a chance. Also first time out on the poly. It is now running in Cape, in the Gauteng, and now in KwaZulu-Natal. So one to watch out for Ashley Fortune stable. Now let's move on to race number 3. It's another maiden plate over 1,400 meters. And here the betting is as follows. Number 7, Chantilly Lane, 19 to 10. Indigo Moon, 33 to 10. 5, Wizo's Magic, 33 to 10. 17 to 2, Chihuahua Aces. Never Ending Love, 12 to 1. 14 to 1, and longer the rest. So here my selection, I'm strong on number 3, Indigo Moon. Anton Marcus, draw 3. Last time out, this horse ran 3.5 behind Harper's Dream, but this horse came from on Scottsville, about 1,400 meters, drawn 12 from 14, and that was definitely a big disadvantage. Before that, ran second to Glitter and Gold over 1,200 meters. I don't think the horse will have a problem with the 1,400 meters, and because today it's much drawn better, I do think Indigo Moon will be hard to beat in this field. Outside the selections, number 4, Flying Thunder. That ran second fastest 400 to finish on his debut, but although in a slow time. But what it showed to me is that he will appreciate the 1,400 meters, which won't be as fast as the 1,200 meters, and I do think that will suit Flying Thunder. Then my other selection is number 11, Never Ending Love. Never Ending Love is also a byword by Agrenaut Me, and I think is coming to form slowly, although now drawn 11, but I do believe can be involved in the finish. Then we have the favorite here, number 7, Shanty Lane, did debut over the 1200 meters on the gravel turf, ran on stealthy 23.3, which is nice, and says resters lost. So Chantilly Lane definitely in with a chance, but I will have to repeat that first run. Yeah, only time will tell if she can do that. So let's move on to race number 4. Race number 4 is a 1600 meters maiden plate over 1600 meters for fillies and mares. The betting is as follows. Megan 4-1, Culture Club 4-1, in Gagara 6-1, Laurel Lane 7-1, Silver Beauty 7-1, Inogen 7-1, Celtic Move 12-1, and longer the rest. Now my selection in this race is number 7, Inogen. Last time out, it went to the front but did faded out. But the run before that on the poly 1400 meters, Zuma was on board getting the -4. But I think if they can just maybe restrain this horse a little bit in the beginning and, just let him settle down, go in second or third, I think Inogen will be running a huge race with that weight -4. Definitely will make a difference. And I really would be glad for Jared Ruck if this horse can go in today. It will really help him, as I know he is working hard to break his duck here in KwaZulu-Natal and to produce a few winners. And it's sometimes once you break the ice and you got your first winner, then you get your second. The same thing happened with Zietsman Station. He took it a while to get his first winner, but I think he already now has 3 winners down in PE. So my choice, number 7, Inogen. Then number 8, Silver Beauty, is also a 5-year-old mare. Has run on the poly before, and is also knocking on the door. Did run well behind to the max last time out on the poly, drawn 8. Then my other selection I want to have a look here is number 1. It's number 1 is Celtic Vision. It's a Visionaire by Western Winter. Will definitely probably appreciate the longer distance, so include into your play. Then we move on to race number 5. But before we do race number 5, but this is something I want to touch on again, and that is about our Team G Racing Syndicate in a joint venture with Northwest Online Bloodstock. We put together a syndicate where the man in the street, the punter in the tote, will play for him own punter, will be able to share it, and sorry, I don't want to get this. Will be able to share in the thrill of horse racing. You can be part of ownership of 3 horses, of 3 race horses. 2 of them are currently racing and not far from winning, and the third one is a very well-bred 2-year-old that will probably make its debut January or February. So for a small once-off outlay of 2,050 excluding VAT, which can be paid in 2 installments of 118 each, VAT included. The above fee includes all cost and training fees for 12 months. So here you go, guys, your chance to become involved in racehorse ownership. So let's get back to race number 5. It is a merit-rated handicap 74 over 2,000 meters. Let's have a look at the betting. Here we have number 1, Track Attack, 11-10. Arrows Mark, 6-1. Rasputin's Remedy, 8-1. Proud Warrior, 8-1. Masari, 10-1. Final Occasion, 10-1. Royce Psycho, 10-1. Don't Look Back, 14-1. 20-1, and Better the Rest. Now here my first selection is number 5. Don't Look Back. If you have a look here, it says here merit rated D17. Now, Don't Look Back, and yes, I also just want to mention that Don't Look Back forms part of that package that we get the 3 race horses. Unfortunately, one of the horses, Wizard of Oz, the owner took it out, is going to breed with her. So that was, we replaced that one. Gavin gave us a 10% share in this Don't Look Back. Well, if it wins today, then we won't be enjoying, we won't be sharing that. But this Don't Look Back has had a highest merit rating of 87. There you go, 87. Now on a 75, getting a -4. A strong front runner, sometimes run from the front, but maybe if they can restrain it a little bit today. It's drawn 5 and has run against some decent opposition twice. Golden, baby shoes, and last time out just faded over the 2-4 both times. I think the 2-4 might have just been too far. Will definitely been more suited to the 2000, and Don't Look Back is my choice. Not because it's included, but I would have selected it anyway as my outright selection. Then other outside selection is number 2, Mazzari. This Mazzari also, Mazzari has had at one stage a merit rated of 99, now on a 72, and definitely Cornet's piece is not bringing her down to watch the scenery. He's got Lionel Hewitson on board, draw 2. Last week they struck with Karen B at 14-1, and I'm sure Mazzari is here and is meaning business. Do not leave this horse out of any of your calculations. This horse has got a huge chance in this race. Outside I want to touch on is Roy Psycho. Roy Psycho also getting the -4, but unfortunately draw from 11. Did one well last time at Gravel. I just checked. It was about, I think it was third, 3 lengths behind. Definitely in with a chance with the -4. Then we have to look at number 1, Track. The Track is, has now won 2 races, Track Attack, in a row, the maiden and another race, but now going up a little bit in class, so making it a little bit difficult, but drawn well and can definitely be involved in the finish. So all in all, a very open race, as the whole card is today, a very open card today. So let's move on to race number 6, which is the Class D, Phyllis Amir handicap over 68. So let's have a look at the betting here. We have number 7, Passivity 4-1, Emma Grove 5-1, Elusive Current 5-1, Miss Rosa Park 13-2, Flaming Dancer 15-2, 8-1, Dark Mistress 10-1 and better, Class of 8 and 11-1 and better, Hard Money to the max and so forth. So let's have a look here at race number 6. Yeah, race number 6. I do think that there's 2 horses with strong claims. Number 7, Passivity, has got a strong claim, but then my choice is number 9, Elusive Current. Now, I'm not in the habit of tipping horses immediately after their maiden. I've said that quite a few times already, but sometimes you must make an exception. This horse ran 3 lengths behind Passivity. Passivity has won again since, but I think this horse is improving with time. And then it ran second to Caviar's Case, which was placed in the future. And then last time won over the 1500 Scottsville. Ran away 3 lengths. And the jockey wasn't even pulling the whip or nothing. He was riding hands and heels. I remember this run. And I do believe that Exclusive Current came, is still improving. And unfortunately, she came away with that race with a merit rated of 84, which now makes her one of the top weights in this race. But, sometimes they say a horse earns its merit rating, so maybe she earned that merit rating. But I'm sure Elusive Current in also number 7, Passivity, definitely 2 serious runners in this race. Although it's not an open and shut case, there are other horses with chances. Hansa Grove might be a small chance. And maybe watch to the max. He can also, he ran some nice races before he broke his maiden. There he was 2.7 behind Passivity. So can maybe surprise and pop on again. Watasara getting -4. I think Tini Prinsloo is now finding his feet here. So all in all, it's not an open and shut case. Yes, Miss Rosa Parks, the race go beat class of 8 who's also in this race, and also class of 8 also have a chance. So a very open race, but my play is with number 9. Yes, class of 8, race before that surprise at 33-1, and then ran second to Miss Rosa Parks, but unfortunately drew at 12. But do have a chance, as I see here, as with at Scottsville. She won from draw 12, going start to finish. So let's move down now to race number 7, which is a graduation plate class T, average merit rating 83. Now here we have the betting, and the betting is as follows. Number 7, Stop the Clocks 22-10, Dancing Feather 4-1, Brass Bell 5-1, Go Man Go 7-1, Drunken Sailor 10-1, and Perfect Peter 10-1, 12-1, and longer the rest. Now everybody here is on Stop the Clock, but Stop the Clock last time ran 14 lengths behind Backpacker. No, where is it now? Stop the Clock. I apologize. Ran 10 lengths behind Solid Gold in a similar field, and there were some of these horses in this race that was in front of him. My selection here is number 10, Brass Bell, which ran in the same race, and he was only 2 lengths behind Solid Gold. So, so that Stop the Clocks need to find 8 lengths on this horse. Yes, there was a difference in weight. Braswell was carrying 52.5, and Stop the Clock was carrying 59. And now Stop the Clock is Braswell carrying a kilogram more. But still, he beat him by 8 lengths, and will that difference be enough to beat Braswell? I'm not so sure about that. So other horses you can look at is number 3, Drunken Sailor. Has run well also against some stronger opposition, definitely in with a chance, as is Go Man Go. And Go Man Go, I know, is not one of the best handicaps, but it's a 4-year-old given the green light, only had 6 runs for 2 wins, and can be improved. Did win last time and did win well, and can improve its rating by finishing in the placings in this race. So all in all, I don't think it's an open and shut case for Stop All the Clocks. Definitely, you're going to have to improve on that run to be able to beat this field. Then, if you have a look at the best handicap, it says Stop All the Clocks, Perfect Peter. That also has got a chance. There's Dancing Feather also in with a chance, a huge chance, and then Drunken Sailor, and then Brass Bell. Just quickly want to have a look here at Dancing Feather. Number 2 has also won some nice races, and definitely in last time. I think the 1,000 meter was too short, and the 1,400 meter will be more to his liking, I do believe. So let's move on to race number 8, which is the Raz race. Race number 8, let's have a look. It's 1,100 meters over on the poly track. Let's have a look at the betting. Number 2, Madam Patrice 4-1, Sophia Aaron 4-1, Hop Skip and Jump 4-1, 7-1, Solar Flare, Cherry Road 7-1, Belt Beat 12-1, Flashy Katrina 14-1, and Window to Africa 14-1, 20-1, and longer the rest. Now this is a very open race, lots of horses with chances. Madam Patrice comes from Gauteng, a very good horse, has markers on board, must have a huge chance. Solar Flare won last time out in a slightly lesser division, but getting the -2.5, so can also be involved. I'm going to get to my choice just now. Flashy Katerina ran 2.3 behind Real Therapy, can improve. Now here, Sophia Aaron, last time out was strongly fancied, but was beaten by Lava Lou, but still ran a very good race, can also be involved in a finish. Now here's my fancy Hop, Skip and Jump. Last time out run, and it was run out of it at the end by Linear, but in a higher division. Now today it's got Stratum on board. Carl Stratum getting a -4, and before that won 3 races in a row, and I do think hop, skip, and jump will be, with the -4, can be hard to beat in this race. Then also horses you can look at is number 10, Beat It Muzieni, although drawn 10, also is running well, has run against some stronger opposition in the past, and do like the Poly Hazra, 2 wins and 2 places, so definitely a horse that you can include. Then number 12 is Cherry Road. It's still a young horse, only had 5 runs, won 3 of them, although over longer distances, but maybe the 1100 can show a bit of speed, can go in, but it's coming off a small rest, so I'm not sure whether this run is to sharpen it or have a huge chance. Warren Kennedy draw from draw 12, do include in all your play. So that brings us to the end of our recording, our preview for today. I hope I could point you in the direction to win a few rand, and as I always say, break a leg.